So first there was this video.
So I'm here at JFK Airport, and there's a ton of ICE agents who are allegedly here to help. We know they're not, so I'm just going to go ask them a question. Let's see what they say. Excuse me? I just want to say thank you guys for being here, because I know when I wake up in the morning, I'll never be racist pigs like you. No matter how bad I am, I'll never be like you. So good job. I hope your moms are real proud of you. They were cute, weren't they? I hope they continue to be best, like Melania be best, because they are being the best at being the worst. So to them.
Then folks got on the internet expressing their concern about the fact that she's a doctor and she has 2.8 million followers on this app. She's a gynecologist from Oregon. I know, big surprise, right? So then she made this video.
I landed in PDX Airport, and some of you have said that I'm very unprofessional for what I did to the ICE agents at JFK today. And you're right, because I insulted pigs. I called the ICE agent pigs, and actual pigs, the animals deserve better. But on a more serious note, if you think it's unprofessional to walk up to people who work for an agency that are separating families, letting multiple women miscarry in ICE custody, impregnating children in ICE custody, and the horrible things that they're doing, like murdering American citizens, I actually think it's very professional to tell these agents what we think of them. And so if you think it's unprofessional, cool. You know how you.
So I'm going to post this video on X, and I'm going to tag Tom Holman, because her little comment that she made about our ICE agents impregnating teenagers, her ass needs to be sued. The entire wrath of the federal government needs to come down on her. Because the facts of the matter is those teenagers were already pregnant. They were impregnated via grape from the people that were bringing them across the border. Which is exactly another reason why Tom Holman and the entire institution of ICE is fighting illegal immigration. And then I want you guys to go and find some random gynecologist somewhere, just anywhere, your local gynecologist maybe. And I want you to do everything you possibly can to get in the way of that man or woman doing their job. I want you to stand in front of their patients, blow air horns in their face, spit on their instruments, just anything, kick their cars, do anything you possibly can to impede those people from doing their job or leaving their job or whatever. And then when they get angry and they get aggravated or they get scared for their own safety and they do something to retaliate, I want you to go hold her accountable for it. Go get up in her face and call her all kinds of names and hold her accountable for what those folks did. Because that's exactly what she's doing. The ICE agents were in the airports to help the TSA lines because they had 5 and 6 hour wait times, people to get on their flights. And Democrats in Congress were not funding the Department of Homeland Security. It had the government partially shut down, and those agents were not able to get their paychecks. They couldn't afford gas in the car. They couldn't afford daycare for the children. They couldn't afford groceries, couldn't afford anything because they weren't being paid. So an entity of the government that was being paid sent folks into the airports to help move the lines along. Notice that she wasn't complaining about having to sit around in an airport for 5, 6, 7 hours waiting to get on a line, right? She was able to walk into the airport, check her luggage, and get on her flight. Or she would have been until she decided to do what she did and walk up to these young guys that are just trying to do their damn job and start running her head. And then wanted to come back and say that nasty crap and lie about our ICE agents. Another fact that people need to remember is that the people, the American citizens whose lives have been lost in these incidents with ICE, they invited that crap to happen to themselves. If they had went home and minded their own damn business and tended to their own families, they would still be here. That one woman in Minnesota, she moved from Missouri with the deliberate intent to go there because that's where ICE was at the time, to get in their face and escalate a situation. And then she tried to flee the scene, trying to run over the officer, and ended up losing her life. If you don't like the immigration laws, go to your capital, rally your government, change the laws. But don't get out there in the way of the enforcement agents and invite something to happen to you and then play the damn victim. If she had been at her own house, tending to her own children, living with her own partner, she would still be here. But she didn't, and what happened, happened. this, you're just looking for an easy excuse to be a nasty bitch to somebody.